There are moments, like this one, where nothing has really gone wrong, and yet something doesn't feel like it's moving. Where you're here, in your life, but it almost feels like you're waiting. Waiting for clarity, waiting for energy, waiting for something inside of you to click again. And the mind may want to call this being stuck. But what if this isn't stuck at all? What if this is simply a pause before something begins to shift? Because you don't actually lose your momentum. You don't lose your alignment. You only move in and out of allowing it. And tonight, there is nothing you need to force, nothing you need to figure out. This is a space where you can begin to soften. And as you soften, things begin to move naturally, easily, without effort. This is a Night Rampage, which means we're not here to fix where you are. We're here to gently guide your attention back into a place where movement feels possible again. Because the moment you stop pushing is often the moment everything begins to flow. So just stay here. Let the words meet you where you are. And right here, even now, something is already beginning to move. Not because you figured it out, not because you pushed harder, but because movement is natural to you. You were never meant to stay still in a place that doesn't feel good. And so, even when it looks like nothing is happening, there is a quiet momentum that continues. You don't have to see it yet. You don't have to understand it, because your life has a way of carrying you forward, even in moments like this. And what you've been calling stuck is often just a moment where things are lining up in a way you can't yet see, where pieces are coming together, where energy is shifting, where something new is preparing to open. And the less you resist that moment, the easier it becomes, because you are not outside of the flow. You are in it. You have always been in it. And even now, there is a part of you that already feels a little lighter, a little more open. And that is enough. Because once that shift begins, it continues. Naturally, steadily, without effort. And as you begin to settle into that, you may start to notice that the urgency you felt before isn't as strong as it was. Because when you stop trying to make something happen, you begin to feel that something is already happening in ways that don't need your effort, in ways that don't need your constant attention. And there is a kind of relief in that, a quiet knowing that you are not responsible for forcing the path, only for allowing yourself to feel a little better along the way. Because everything you want, everything you've been trying to move toward, is not standing still. It is also moving. It is also unfolding. It is also finding its way to you. And when you soften, even just a little, you begin to meet it halfway. Not through effort, but through alignment. And alignment doesn't require perfection. It only asks for a slight shift. a small willingness, a gentle opening, like this moment right here, where things feel just a little easier, a little less tight, a little more possible. And that feeling is the beginning of everything you've been asking for. Because you don't need to jump from stuck to completely free. You only need to move from heavy to slightly lighter, from closed to slightly open. And once that shift begins, it continues on its own. So you can let go of the pressure to figure it all out and simply stay here in this space where things are already beginning to unfold. And the more you allow yourself to stay here, the more natural this begins to feel. Not like something you're trying to do, but like something you're remembering. Because there has always been a version of you who moves with ease, who finds the way forward, who doesn't stay in heaviness for long. And you don't have to become that version. You are already that version. In moments like this, when you soften, when you allow, when you stop pushing, that version of you becomes easier to feel, easier to access, easier to be. And it's not about changing everything overnight. It's about recognizing that something within you is already shifting direction, like a gentle turning, away from pressure and toward ease. And once that turning begins, it doesn't reverse, it continues, because you are not someone who stays stuck. You are someone who realigns again and again. Even when it doesn't look like it at first, even when it takes a moment to feel it, there is a steady movement within you that keeps guiding you back to clarity, back to energy, back to yourself. And you can begin to trust that now, not because you have proof, but because you can feel that something is different, even if it's just a little. And that difference is enough to carry you forward. So you don't need to rush. You don't need to force. You are already in the process of moving into something lighter, something clearer, something that fits you better than where you've been. And it's okay to let that unfold in its own perfect timing. And now you can feel it, that soft shift, that quiet sense of things easing. Nothing dramatic, nothing forced, just a gentle return to a place that feels a little more open, a little more steady. And that's all it takes, because from here, everything continues to unfold naturally. You don't need to hold on to this. You don't need to make it stay. It's already part of you now. This lighter space, this quiet movement, this sense that things are working, even when you're not trying. And as you move into the rest of your night, you can carry that with you without effort. And if you feel like going deeper from here, there are other Night Rampages on this channel designed to help you release emotional weight, quiet the mind, and return to alignment. And when you're ready to fully let go and drift into rest. The sleep surrender meditations will guide you even further, helping your mind soften, your body relax, and your system integrates this shift while you sleep. So you don't have to do anything more tonight. Just allow yourself to rest in this and let everything else continue to unfold.